Alright people, it's a beautiful day in my neighborhood, and today I am tasked with building a surfboard for my good friend Candace, who I've been meaning to build a surfboard for, and been in fact promising to build a surfboard for quite a while now. So today is the day. Unfortunately, my garage, the place I'm going to build it, is impacted with other projects. So I guess I'll give you a tutorial about surfboard building for those who are unfamiliar with what a surfboard is. This is the shed in my backyard. In fact, this, my friends, is a surfboard. This is a surfboard right here. I didn't build that one. I built the one underneath it, which was the first surfboard I ever built, which is probably about 10 years ago now. I built this surfboard, which is, you can see all the wax is all dirty on it. That's a thruster setup, 3 fins, first created I think in Australia. This is the leash, which is placed in a plug. Usually you put the plug within the stringer to make it stronger, but I always put it on the right side because I put the leash on my right leg. And I don't like it getting tangled up over here, so I like it to be there. So these fins that I use, these are FCS fins, which are actually an Australian invention. Alright, what you're looking at now are 2 blanks. The top one, which has been cut and I've started to shape, and the bottom one, which is how you would buy it from the surf shop. I used to buy mine down at FCS Hawaii. Unfortunately, they are no longer down in Santa Cruz. They're down in Santa Barbara and Hawaii, but they're not in Santa Cruz anymore. The big manufacturer of foam used to be Clark Foam. It's a polyurethane foam. They are no longer in business. I think they went out of business because of litigation issues regarding worker safety, working around the chemicals that go into these foams. So basically a blank is a polyurethane foam, and in the center you have a balsa wood stringer, and that foam is baked into a hard shell. The outside of the foam is harder than the inside of the shell, so what you do is you shape this blank mostly from the bottom because your feet go on the top and you want as much of that hard baked shell on top, so you take off as little of that foam as you can to get the desired result. Among other things, in my incredibly crowded garage, which by the way doesn't even fit my beloved VW van out there, I have this stripper pole. Don't ask why. I have a bunch of other building materials, a bunch of bicycle building materials from when I was putting together fixed gear bikes, which I used to sell. But the relevant portion of what's in here is this. Alright people, what you're looking at here is a roll of much abused fiberglass 4-ounce S-cloth. This is the fiberglass cloth that will go onto the surfboard. Most people use E-cloth, which is cheaper and has a much simpler weave. I use S-cloth because I can, so I do. On top of this you will put a polyester resin with a catalyst, which will be your first glassing coat. That will remain tacky, so when you touch it, it'll feel like it's sticky. After that, you will put another hot coat on, which is going to consist of the polyester resin, the catalyst, and the wax, which will make it able to sand it. Underneath the cloth on the bottom of on the rocker of the surfboard, you'll put your laminate, and between 2 layers of cloth on the top, the deck, you'll put your laminates. On the top of the surfboard you put 2 coverings of fiberglass cloth, and on the bottom you only use 1.